Welcome to tonight's 40K to 400K formula workshop. This is your fast path to consistent Shopify orders inside your e-commerce business. Before we kick off, and we covered this a little bit, we do like you to lock in. That means we're going to be here for about an hour or so. We'd love you to concentrate. We'd love you to get all involved. This will be an interactive session. We'd love you to be seen. Obviously, as we just said, if you've got the kids in the background or you're running around or you just got out the shower, that's okay. But we'd love to see your faces on video and not just black boxes, particularly if you want to come up and have a chat. And have a chat in the comments. We'll be dropping comments, questions in the chat. That's your place to interact with our team. Drop your URL, answer questions, and feel free to interact as we go. We don't want to just sit here and be chatting at you the whole time. Few goals for today. We want you to leave today having a better understanding of how to actually convert more browsers into buyers. So how do we get more of the people who come to our website to buy stuff from us, right? So we talk a lot about conversion, and you'll see why we focus so much on conversion as we go through. We'll show you our framework of how we get that done. We'll tell you the truth about how to nail paid ads, and it's probably not what you think. A lot of agencies will tell you to run ads when the timing's not right. We'll get into how to actually make your ads more profitable, and we'll give you a pathway to profit. So one or two, maybe three lucky people will jump on and we'll put together a step-by-step plan for you off the back of auditing and having a look at your website live on tonight's call. This is what we call our pathway to profit, and this is literally the thing that will unlock those next steps that you need to do in your particular business to move from wherever you're at now to wherever you want to start to get to. So we find this is one of the biggest factors for e-com businesses, right? It's not that you're not busy, it's not that you're not working hard, it's just you don't quite know what the next right thing to do is. A lot of questions we get on these calls are, will this work for me, right? And there's sort of three flavors to this. Flavor one is, will it work in my niche? Flavor two, will it work at my size of business? I'm just getting started. I'm already at 50K a month. I'm already crushing $1 million weeks. And will it work now in 2025? The short answer is yes to all three. Basically, we work with hundreds of e-com brands in every possible niche you've ever imagined. So yes, the strategies are principle based, and we apply them to all sorts of niches. We apply to all sorts of sizes. So the same principles apply to businesses at 40K a month, right up to businesses to 400K plus a month. Just kind of at different levels. And yes, everything we teach is working right now in 2025. We have active communities. All of our coaches in our community are actively inside of e-commerce business accounts today. So we're talking stuff that's working right at the moment. Who is this for? This is for you if you are ideally a Shopify store owner, or you're looking to become a Shopify store owner. You're passionate. You've got a product that you love. You know it's great. You know it can change the world. You know it can have a big impact, but you just don't have that clear next step plan of what I need to do to make this thing really start to kick goals. A lot of the people we meet are also overwhelmed, and that's okay. This is for you if you are feeling overwhelmed. If you're like, I've watched all the YouTube videos, I've watched all the calls, I've done all the stuff, I've got all the free downloads, I've been in all the free communities, and now I've just got 1,000 opinions on what I should do, and I'm even more confused than when I started. This call tonight will give you a clear step-by-step plan of how to start to move forward with the right steps. And this is for you if you like to make money. And if you want to make the money in your business and not just become a collection agent for the ATO, we want you to build a profitable, sustainable, long-term business. And that means you getting paid as the business owner. So why should you listen to us? I'll say us, me and the man in the hat, assuming Paul is still here, and he's still here somewhere.
I'm still here.
So he's still here. Why should you listen to Paul? Right, he's not a guy that just teaches random stuff. He teaches based on his experience, the stuff that he's done. We don't just teach theory, we teach tactics, we teach practical stuff that's working today. Paul built Warcom, which was probably one of the first e-com stores in Australia, back when he was 12 years old. Back in 1997, he was actually 16, 17,
17.
working out of his
Yes.
parents' garage. And then he sold about 40 mil of product in the tech space, and then actually eventually sold that to an ASX listed company in 2014. So everything from starting all the way through to an exit over 25 years of experience. Paul's been there, done that. In that process, he also is the co-founder of the Insightful Agency, where we build 100 plus Shopify stores a year. Paul and I co-founded the eCommerce Circle coaching program about 18 months, 2 years ago. Feels like about 25 years ago.
Yes,
And
it does.
that's where we coach and support e-commerce founders to grow their businesses profitably. As I said, Paul's been in the game for 25 plus years. All of our coaches are actively working in e-com businesses. They've been around for ages. I've been in marketing and comms and advertising for 25 plus years as well. I used to run an agency, and now I work in the brand and marketing and strategy side of things here at eCommerce Circle. So our people know what they're doing, right? We're practical, hands-on. We've done the stuff. We didn't just learn it. We learnt it and we implemented it and actioned it ourselves. So if it happens in ecom, we've seen it, right? Paul's built brands, lost brands, sold products that worked, sold products that didn't work, built sites that on platforms that didn't work, grew, didn't grow, kind of done everything. So everything that you're about to face or that you possibly will face, us and our team have faced it, solved it, and worked out how to shortcut it for you so you don't have to face it. And as we say here, the funny thing is that all of this stuff and all of this history and this 25 years of practice and learning, it's the same stuff that we teach today, right? It could be because it's principle based. We mined that 25 years, we mined these decades for the things that actually work, the stuff that's repeatable, the things that worked 25 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, are still the same things that work today in 2025. And they allow us to get our clients results like this. We have clients doing 10K a month. We have clients doing $1 million a month. We have clients doing 30, 40, 100, 400K a month. Brands like Sam. So Sam came to us doing, I don't know, they were doing, what, Paul, about 100K a month?
Something like that. Yeah, a bit less. Close enough.
About 100K a month. Sam's now pushing 450, 500K a month, about 12 months into the program. As you can see, Sam runs an awesome company called Bayside Golf. So for any golf lovers on the call, if you want to get more golf at home with an amazing golf simulator setup, Sam's your man. As Sam says, 4 or 5 months into the program, they were doing 150% growth month on month and had record months, and they continue to smash that. What did we do? We built Sam a high converting website. We targeted his brand messaging better. We improved his paid ads ROAS, and we fine-tuned his offers and ad creatives. Right. So again, principle-based stuff that we apply to lots of businesses. These are the things that we do to grow businesses. And you say this is last 30 days for Sam, pushing 450 mil, 450 mil,
450
450K.
mil.
That'd be a solid couple of days.
Sam just bought 40 Lambos.
Yeah. Here's our what we call our unhidden agenda. And yes, this is a free workshop. We run this workshop every week. We love doing this. We love connecting with community, but we do this so that we can find our next case studies, right? We love working with people. We love helping grow ecom brands. And this is a space for us to connect with, hopefully, our next success stories. Our mission here is to help people. So our promise for this workshop is that you will get incredible value from it, whether you decide to talk to us or work with us or see us ever again. If we never hear from you again, that's totally fine. You'll walk away with some tactical what to do's off the back of this call. But obviously, we have time constraints. We can't sit here and go one by one, particularly tonight, because this call is absolutely jammed full of people. We'd love to talk to each of you one to one, but we obviously don't have that time. So at the end of this workshop, we will have an offer for you to take some time to speak to us and work with us closely. So can I get a hands up? Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a no thank you in the comments if it's okay if we throw a little offer your way towards the end of this call? Just drop it over in the chat.
Oh, good. Getting some nods, some
Fantastic.
yeses, some sures, some high fives.
Sures, some do it's.
No one left. That was good. Mick on the train. It's a
All
good one to
right,
have.
next question. While you're all busy in the chats, we'd love to know where you're at in your journey. Pretty much everyone we meet's in one of these four places, right? You're either at a startup, like you're just getting started, maybe you're buying a business, maybe you're literally made your first few sales. You're in a setup, so you're starting to get a bit more profitable, you're starting to figure out what to do, starting to scale a bit. You're in that setup phase, or you're growing up, you're sort of at 25 to 50K, you're stabilizing a bit, or you're crushing it. You're sort of 50K to 200K plus a month at that scale up phases. Let us know where you're at. It helps us to kind of tailor how we
All right.
how we talk startups,
We've got
grow
a few
ups,
startups, a few grow ups, a few. Was there a scale up in there that I missed?
quite a
No.
few startups, a couple of grow
Okay.
ups. Fantastic, good range of people. Okay, Paul and Delane came to us when they were in the kind of startup setup type phase. They were doing 10, 15K a month. We worked with them, and this last 12 months, they've actually increased revenue 115%, which is not inconsiderable. They've had record annual growth. These are guys that just they get in, they do the work. They're amazing people. They have an amazing product. So we really just pushed them in the right direction. Again, we built a high converting website. We worked on their messaging so it was targeted to a more individual, better buyer for them. We refined their brand positioning. We bumped up their conversions. And you see they're pumping at a 6.5% conversion rate at the moment. And we worked on their meta ads ROAS, right? So very, very simple, practical, principle-based stuff. And these guys are now absolutely crushing it, loving their business, taking breaks. Everything's going gangbusters.
On that slide, sorry to cut you off so rudely, but that number's actually wrong. So they joined us, they did 30K before they joined us for the whole year. This year they're going to do 700K. Right. So
Yeah,
that's
they're on
like
track
whatever
for
that
it.
number is. It ain't 115%. It's much more than that. But and you can see they posted in the Shopify Australia group yesterday or something. Like Paul is about as Aussie genuine bloke as you're gonna see. So have a look if you're in the group, scroll down, read his name, go check out their website. But wanted to share that. They started at 30 and they're on track to do 700K. I spoke to them yesterday. I said we're gonna go over a mil next year. He's like, oh, I won't say what he said. But anyway, it's been a good ride for those guys.
He said, "Great, thank you, Paul. That would be
Great. Yeah,
nice."
with some F words in amongst it.
I said, "Congrats." So how do we get results like this, right? Is this just luck? Is it some sort of magic, or is it a system? What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon we just fluke some of these results? Do you reckon we're just pulling things out to show you a couple of things that, a couple of good ones? It does look like magic sometimes.
Um,
All magic.
have a guess, guys. What do you reckon?
Definitely all magic. It's a system, guys. I'm going to put everyone out of the misery. It is a system, right? That is correct. The right answer is it is a system with a bit, it is a pretty magical system. This is what we call our more orders model. And this is how we help ecom businesses generate more orders, more sales in their business. As you can see, there are three big things here on the sides of this triangle. And these three things are the three things that are broken, not optimized, non-existent, or need fixing in 97.7% of every ecom business that we meet, if not 100%. Right? So does anyone want to have a stab at what these three things might be? What are the three big levers in your business that you probably haven't quite nailed? What do you reckon these are?
So first person to guess it's going to win a cool prize at the end of this as well. Except if you're already inside the e-commerce circle and you know the answer, then
If
don't
you already
cheat.
know the answer.
I'm looking at Martina and she's like, I know what this is. I've been to one of these before. And even if you already know one of them, feel free to put one of them in or two of them in. Like we won't hold it against you. If you've
Guesses in
got
the chat.
absolutely, you got no idea, you just got no idea. Like that's why I'm here.
Processes, not a bad guess. Not correct, but not a bad guess.
Strategy, yeah, that's one of them. There
Strategy
you
is
go.
a good one.
You
Yeah.
should reveal them as they guess correctly, Chris. You need like slides,
Oh, everyone's going to guess them in a different order every
different order.
week. SEO, marketing, website, connecting with
Website,
customers. Yeah,
yes.
these are good. So
Getting warmer.
get more customers to be hook.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we're getting warm. Good, good. They're heading in the right direction. Here's the results, right? Here's what you need to do to build a consistent 40 to 400K a month Shopify business. Store, story, strategy. On the left, you can see our store. This is all about your conversion, and this is building a high converting website. Because if you can keep sending the same amount of people to your website, and instead of converting 1% of them, you convert 6% of them, you've 6x your revenue without doing a thing, without spending more money, right? So that's why we love conversion rates so much and why we bang on about it all the time, because it's one of the biggest levers you can pull, and it doesn't cost you more in ad spend or organic traffic to increase your business quite considerably. Over on the right here, we have story, which sort of sits in my world, which is all about connecting to customers. I'm pretty sure Stacey said connecting with customers, right? This is your brand messaging. This is saying the right things to the right people at the right time. So they feel like your business is not just a hit and run Temu product. It's something they can belong to. There's a community, there's a feeling that feels right about your brand for them. And this is all about putting the right words, the right imagery, everything together in a consistent manner on your website, but also all through your socials, through your marketing, through your emails. So everything feels a certain way to your ideal customer. And the third pillar down the bottom is the strategy. A couple of people mentioned strategy. And this is how you take control of your business. And this is really perfecting that overall business model. This is having a digital strategy, a financial strategy that gives you the right things in the right order so that you know when to do the 1,000 things that you possibly could be doing in your ecom business, because there's no shortage of things you could be doing, but knowing what the right next thing to do is critical. And that's a big part of what we'll go through tonight. So I'll sneak over to the next slide. And this is, we're going to do some of these live. So for those of you that do have a Shopify store, if you'd like to drop your URLs in the chat, we will take a look at one, maybe two.
We'll take a look at 3 or 4.
And we'll go through these 3 pillars. So we'll look at your store, we'll look at we'll do a bit of a conversion audit, we'll do a bit of a brand audit, and then we'll run you through what we call our fast path plan. And this is the right thing in the right place at the right time, the things that you need to do right now to move your business forward. So as we do this for a couple brands here on the call, everyone else watching, you'll be able to get an idea of, okay, I'm kind of like this business, and I can see the recommendations that have been made here. So Paul, I'm going to stop sharing, and Paul's
All right. I'm just looking
sharing
quickly at the sites that we've got here to see which one I want to choose. So we've got the
Scrubs
Baby Goes
and
Retro, which is cool. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to have a look at a couple. The treatery.com.au. That's going to be a brilliant site because we made it. So that's why that one's there. Pretty sure that's already perfect. Good comment, Chris. An amazing site that we built. What's this one? Scrubs and Pen. I might come back to Baby Goes Retro, but what is Scrubs and Pen? All right, we're getting warmer, so give me a second.
Hair
All
Care
right,
Superstore, Serenity
Reggie
Jewelry.
sells it. Yeah, cool. Okay, we're going to that one. So give me 2 seconds to do this. I will share my screen. Let me
Nurse
know. And
Scrubs is a huge market.
yeah.
Lots of nurses out there. And they go through
So
these things, right, Richie? They churn through. Well, yeah.
all right. Here's your opportunity, Reggie, to give us a good pitch and tell us all about your amazing brand before we try and figure out what it is as well. So, when did you start? What do you do? Why did you start it? Who do you help? Can you give us all of that? I can see that you've got the camera off, so that's good. I hope you're not like in the middle of a hospital ward or something at the
Yeah,
moment.
Reggie's got a camera on.
So,
She skipped the gym to join us tonight.
oh, good decision. Do you want to press the mute button, Reggie? I can see your thumb. Go press it. There you go.
I think it's
Try
hidden
again.
on mobile. No one
There we
can
are.
on mobile. There
Hello.
we go.
Hi, at last I can finally talk. I'm a chatterbox.
Okay.
Okay, can you
Well
see
done.
me?
I can
Yes.
We
see
can.
you. Can we ever?
Okay, so I started the brand last year with the idea because I'm struggling to find a brand. My scrub, they're all expensive. And I do my research and everything. I come up with the scrubs. Okay, my mission of this scrub is to to provide premium, I got good quality fabric similar to the premiums that are out there. However, my mission is to make it affordable for us, for me, and as well as my colleagues. That's how I created it, right?
Right. Yep. And what
And
else? Yep.
yes, what's your question?
Yeah, yes. What, why else? Why? So why though? Like, I'm sure there's a million places you can buy scrubs online, right? Is it because they're expensive? Is it because they
They
feel
are
crap?
expensive. They are expensive. I see the demand. I see the demand for nurses to buy affordable scrubs. The one
Okay.
at Kmart are cheap, right? Similar price to mine, but the fabric is not good. Okay.
Yeah.
But this fabric is similar to the high end brand. And
Right.
one thing is, I'm very genuine. One day, my mission of this company, my vision, okay, this company, I will share this to the nurses. Let's say probably 20% of the profit of this, if they will join the company, I will give them the profit as well, like a profit sharing, but on a certain
right.
percentage.
Cool
That
mission.
is my vision.
Got it. Got it. Are you telling me that hospitals don't pay for your scrubs? You have to pay for
No,
your own scrubs. Oh
no,
my God.
hospitals think they won't tag. No.
What a rot.
And
Sorry to hear
we
that.
want to be nice and cute, and we want to,
Yeah.
working in hospital are so hard. I don't know how much I could explain, but we're being abused, like literally. So we want to be nice and pretty, wear colorful scrub, it brings a positive
Oh,
spirit
okay.
and mood.
Okay.
Yeah?
So do hospitals supply anything? They give you like these daggy scrubs and you're like, I'm
No,
not wearing it.
no,
They give you nothing at all.
no.
And then the other choice is
How,
you got to go to Kmart and buy junk. And then,
yes,
so you're like, I'm going to do our own thing.
yes.
Oh,
However,
right.
I work in the public sector, all right, public hospitals.
Yeah.
However, there are some hospitals they provide for probably just 1 or 2 in a year.
Yeah.
We work for minimum 4 days in a week. We can
Okay.
repeat our
Got it.
scrubs.
Right. Okay.
There you go, Phil.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So I love the story. I hate the fact that you got to buy your own scrubs. I think that's ridiculous. But anyway, they need to put that on the back of the ambulances when they're going, give us the pay rise and give us scrubs all around our
I bet
area.
you will.
I'll do it for you the
Visit
next time.
scrubsandpen.com.
So what's the deal with the pen? What's that about?
Okay, wow, good question. Because nurses, we always hold pen, but that is the second idea. The first idea, the pen represents the nurses because we are witty, we are smart, we are clever. I feel like we are a doctor. That's how we
Yep.
set the pen. The
Okay.
scrubs represent the scrubs, because I want to emphasize here, I'm scrubs for nurses who are clever, who are smart, who are wise, who's intelligent.
Got it. Jeez, I hope I don't end up in hospital soon, but if I do, I hope you look after me. You're like,
It's Reggie's.
you're like 4 beans. It's good. Okay, so a few things, right? From a from a brand messaging perspective, other than the fact that I'm seeing all these lovely looking people, and I'm like, if I do end up in wherever I'm going to end up, I hope you guys look after me. It doesn't say anything. It's not really clear, such as, like, and I've come up with a few ideas, like you're sick of wearing a scrub that feels like cardboard. Like ours are soft and stretchy and wallet friendly and they're comfy and you'll forget you're at work, or our scrubs are so comfy you'll consider sleeping in them rather than working in them, blah blah blah. But as soon as you're landing on the homepage here, you kind of get a message and you go, oh, I'm in the right place. You're like, I'm a nurse. I want to feel like that. I want to connect with that brand. I read that sentence and then I read the next sentence and I go, yes, yes. And then by then I'm go, cool, I'm ready to buy something. Right. So this is what Chris talks about when he talks about having a really strong brand message that immediately connects with the audience. Right. So from what I can see, you're missing it. So typically the way we do it, it's called a H1 tag on your homepage. It's called a H2 tag. So for example, I'll just go to any site. I'll go to like Sam's site that we spoke about earlier, right? So, imagine this. You've come from Google or someone's told you, go see Sam, check out his website because he sells golf simulators. You land on his website, and this is for the guys on the call that maybe do play golf and ladies that play golf. You're like, play more golf with less time and transform your game with one of our top simulators. Every guy is going to go, yeah, I want that. I want to feel like that, and I do want to play more golf, and I do want a top quality product. and you go, yes, that's a yes for me instantly. Then we start going, play your way with, great golf simulators that take the stress out of finding the right sim, for your swing. Again, guys are going to go, I want that, It's the same as if you go to any of the sites that we work with. So Chris mentioned Nature's Pantry, and we'll go here. So here's their website. Hope everyone can see my screen. But you land on the website, Australia's best collagen. You're like, well, that's what I want. It's for active families who want clean, quality, affordable nutrition, daily nutrition, and ends here. Chris has thrown a few in there as well, so it's stylish, comfortable nurse scrubs, at ridiculously unbeatable prices. Like, keep in mind, we've done that in about 2 seconds. Like, when we do this properly for people, it takes a long time, right? But my point is, as soon as somebody lands on your website, and I had this one on as well, who we did build this website. Who is this for Maddie? Yeah, I think she's on the call.
Yeah.
Pet owners land on Maddie's website now and they go, oh, what a cute dog. What a beautiful website. I've got a border collie like that. I can see all Maddie's reviews. Drool-worthy treats and enrichment, products for your dog. Every pet owner is going to go, I want that. As opposed to going, hey, welcome to Pet Barn. We sell lots of pet stuff. No one cares about that, And then you go transform your pet's wellness, one treat at a time. All right. Again, everybody goes, I want that for my dog. I want my dog to live forever because I love my dog, and I need that. So really, really important that you absolutely nail that message in, where am I? Over here. As soon as I land on your website. Now that's only 2 parts of this. If you look at the rest of those sites, and I'll do this briefly, but if you go to like Sam's site, you start seeing things like customized solutions, leading global brands, convenient practice, realistic experiences. But there's heaps of words all over Sam's website. And as you scroll from top to bottom, your brain's going, yes, 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 yes. So you're countering all the objections that your audience is going to have as they read through your site. Because if they go through your site and they go, I don't really know what they do, and I don't really want that, and I don't want that, and this stuff's not resonating with me, and this stuff's not resonating with me, I'm out of there. But as you can see in this brand, like, if anyone is on the call and like as I scroll, if you get a no, let me know. But you go Australia's best collagen, tick. For Aussie families, tick. Made for active families, tick. Pure ingredients, tick. Affordable, tick. Like clean, blah blah blah. You can see where I'm going through this, right? You go tick 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 tick. By the time they get down here, they're like, I'm ready to buy something. Go to the collection. We end up on the product page. We end up at the collection page first. And I go here and I go, cool, I'm ready to go. Right? 374 reviews on this thing. So this is a really basic version of like what you need to do from a brand messaging perspective. And that's definitely the number one thing that we get everybody to do. Right? Now, the second part of it is conversion rate optimization. So conversion rate optimization means that you've got a homepage, you've got a product page, you've got a collection page, you've got one of these, which is called a cart drawer, you've got a checkout page. On all of those pages, there's, when I add them all up, because I've invented a framework that has about 400 things, like across the Shopify website, it needs to have about 400 things to help a page convert better. So quickly, we've got like, oh, people are looking at the product. It's got reviews. It's got the price. It's got social proof. It's got pickup available. It's got information about shipping. It's got shipping where we ship from. It's got beautiful images. It's got ingredients. Excuse me. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on this page, like this up here and this up here. And, you can talk to them and so forth. But on a product page, there's about 80 things that go into a product page that make it convert better. And the reason that is because, like Chris alluded to before, if you go to someone's website and the site converts at 2%, right? So let's do some numbers on this. Say, and their site's doing 700 grand a month. So for the purpose of this, let's assume their average month now is 50K, right? So 50K and they do 2% conversion rate. If they just double their conversion rate to 4%, what's their revenue now at? Who wants to have a guess? Who's like average of mass? It's, anyone want to chuck it in the comments box? So they were at 50, conversion rate's 2%. What happens if they double it? Someone help me out here.
100 grand.
It's double the revenue.
100,000.
They haven't 100,000. Then if they triple their conversion rate, what happens? So again, we started at 50K, we doubled it, so I went to 100, and then we do it again. What happens then? We're now at 150, 150K, 150K. So if that's all they did, they nailed their brand message and they nailed their conversion rate from 2 to 6%. They're now doing 150K, right? They're not spending more on Google ads. They're not spending more on Meta ads. They're not spending more on email. They're not doing 400 other bloody social posts. They're not like going to YouTube and watching all the gurus on there going, I don't know why I'm poor, blah, 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 right? They fix that, and like away they go. Like I often use the analogy, and the guy, Chris and Chris laugh when I do this, but at some point, many people on this call were single. Maybe they still are, and many people are now probably married, got a partner. When you went out and you went dating, right? I would assume you dressed well and you spoke well. So if you think about speaking well, that's your brand message, right? And if you think about dressing well, that's your site converting. If you rocked up to a date and you're trying to woo, like, I'll talk to you, Reggie. Are you married, Reggie? You got a partner or anything? Got a hubby?
Yeah, I got a hobby.
There you go. So you didn't rock up in like Crocs, tracksuit pants, right? That's your conversion strategy. And you probably weren't like half drunk and couldn't talk and blah, blah, blah. Probably rocked up looking really nice and friendly and lovely how you are right now, and you spoke good and you're like, hey, Mr. Reggie, I don't know your surname, but like, I want to get married, have babies, have kids, build a business, travel the world. And he goes, that's what I want to. That's how you communicate your brand message. That's your brand message, right? And obviously it worked. But unfortunately, most people are rocking around on the internet with websites that look like they've got Crocs and Tracky Dacks and da da da, and the words are like all over the place. And they go, I don't know why my ecom business sucks, right? So that's why these brands, Nature's Pantry, the golf site, all the other brands we're going to show you, they nail their brand, they nail their conversion strategy, and then they go do the other stuff. They go and spend a lot of money on Meta ads and Google ads and SEO and everything else, and they go, great. Every dollar I put into the business now, I get a lot more back because I fix these things, as opposed to I don't get much back, and the only thing I'm doing is I'm in business to collect money for the ATO, and I'm in business to collect money for Meta ads and Google ads and the agencies and the contractors and the employees that are doing all the stuff for you, right? So I can't stress this enough that you need to finish these three things first. Does this make sense to everybody on the call? Anyone will go, that's a bit of a light bulb moment, and I wish someone had told me this a long time ago. So, and the other reason I tell people to do this, right? So picture this, like, let's assume Nature's Pantry website was doing 20 grand a month before they met us, right? And they didn't do anything forever, right? So I go, cool. And I met them 2 years later. I go, if you had to fix these issues 2 years ago and we had to just tripled your conversion rate, that's $40,000 a month extra that you could have been making times 12 for every month, times three. We're pushing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that they'd lost because they didn't fix those two things. Huge issue that, and like Chris said at the start, even big brands get this wrong. Like I work with brands that are doing $1 million a week. When I met them, they're doing 250 grand, 300K. And I'm like, mate, we just need to get your conversion rate up to this level. You'll go from $500,000 to $1 million to $1.5 million, and I mean, those guys are doing amazing stuff all in their own right as well. But it helps by the fact they have a great website, right? Makes sense? Any questions so far about this? Because we'll do this for someone else as well. So I'm getting a few like blank stares. I'm getting a few nods. The nod's good. I'm like, I know I'm on the right track.
Well, what we
who
need
else
to do
did
for
we
you,
have?
Reggie, is capture all of that energy and put that into about 10 words on your homepage.
and a video. So the words
Yeah.
on the left and the video on the right, and everyone will go, they'll read it and they'll
I
go,
love
tick, tick,
her.
tick,
I
tick,
need
tick.
to buy everything she sells.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go graffiti the ambulance as I love her so much. Like, so
And I think you sold about 10 pairs of scrubs and no one here's a nurse on the call. So just on your
I
enthusiasm
can't
and
wait for the
passion alone.
one-on-one. Thank
They're
you.
probably super comfy for like a weekend at home on the couch.
They are. I tell you, I have a good plenty of messages from my nurses. They're loving it. They're loving it.
All right, cool. Let's have a look at this one now. So this was Dan's site, I think it was. I wanted to jump to that first because we do so many toy brands, but let's have a look. Baby goes, oh, I love the name. Can you give me a bit of a backstory about this? Dan?
Sure. Yeah, so it might be a little bit of a different story to some here. So it's my wife and I, very new to e-commerce. So we actually took this over from someone else who started it many moons ago. So we've been in it for 3 or 4 months now, and really got into it. So really love the products, but really just wanted to get into e-commerce. Really enamored by the style of business. And the lady who was previously running this was selling the business, and we bought the clothes for our kids before, and so it was a really great fit. So the business essentially sells organic clothes, predominantly from Europe and Scandinavia, that
wow.
are
Yeah.
unique. So they're not what you can find on the shelves in Kmart. They're not the kind of clothes you get from Shein. They're things that you can buy either for a special occasion or just to have your kids stand out. And so, yeah, that's essentially what the brand brings. All of the clothes come with certifications, so they're made in an ethical manner. They're all made from different companies and they're made in different places, but they're made under conditions, and the people who make them are all done in an ethical way. So that kind of resonated with us, and I think resonates with a lot of parents these days. But again, the quality with which they're made really stands apart from the big chain stores that you might go to in Australia. So you can wash these 100 times and they'll still be looking new. Some of the brands even have there's a Frugi in particular have a recycling system where you can actually send the clothes back to them. So a lot of it's meant to be also sustainability based, so that you're not throwing things out. You don't wear them once and throw them out. So that's the
got
best
it.
pitch I can give
Interesting.
you. I actually kind of want to bring Reggie on as part of my sales pitch as well now. So,
She's
but yeah,
you're
like I said,
available for hire,
very
Reggie?
new, yeah, so very new for us.
Yeah.
Like I said, only been in it a few months.
All right. So my first thoughts is none of that is said anywhere on the homepage. Like it's got unique and inspiring, happy, happy clothes for happy kids. Doesn't say anything about any of that, and I absolutely need to read that. Like, as someone that probably just spent a few $1,000s on dinosaur-related products and clothes and stuff for my 3-year-old's birthday, I'm your audience, And the way you
Yeah,
said it was great, but the way the site said it doesn't say anything. It's just kind of, we've done a lot of orders, we do flat rate shipping. Of course, our checkout's secure, and you can return it if you don't like it. But I'm like, what about literally all of the things that you kind of said that's missing as soon as I'm on the website? And that needs to go in your H1, needs to go in your H2, needs to go down here. There needs to be a big slab of text here talking about it. There probably needs to be a video talking about it as well, like how it's all made and the ethics behind it and all that kind of thing. Because someone's going to come along and go, yeah, cool, dinosaur pants, $69. And they're going to have that thought, like, why is this $79, versus can I buy that from Shine? Exactly like you said. And you go, and I'll talk about this in a second, but you have to really illustrate the points of difference, for a consumer. So let's actually go there for a second, and I'll come back and I'll let Chris jam on the homepage for a minute. But there's a thing called meta field benefits inside of Shopify, which lets you put 3 or 4 little sentences on your product page, like about here, right? So it's a sentence and it says something, something, something else. So as a consumer, the way people read as they look at your product page, the first thing they want to do, they want to see the product photo, and then they want to see the kid in the photo. So like this should be your first photo. Happy kid wearing a product, loving it. Then they go smartphone, flying dragon boys, organic pants. That can be said better. But then they start going here and they go, give me those 3 or 4 sentences, lovingly handmade in Scandinavia. And you go, oh, tick, shit, that sounds fancy. Then limited edition, it's only like 1 of 100. You go, oh, really? Wow, that's it. These things are probably wrong, but I'm just like improvising here, right? You go, yeah, that. And then I go, and don't talk about things such as if you don't like it, return it, or free shipping, all that boring nonsense stuff. You got to go deep. It's made out of organic cotton that is, will last a lifetime, but it's easy to wash and da da da. So the mums are going, yep, I want that too, because I do want, like I don't know about all the other parents on the call, but I buy my kids pants and they're destroyed in about 5 minutes because they're like rough as guts. Like I got a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. But there's going to be 3 or 4 or 5 sentences, and as you're reading, you go tick, 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 and you go, great. Then you start getting into all the other conversion rate element kind of thing. So you go, yep, free shipping. I'm expecting that anyway. And then I want to see something that says like, hey, it's in stock and it ships today and it ships from Brisbane. I go, there's another tick, right? And then, I want to be able to read your returns policy. You go, simple 30-day return policy. Say what it is. Like if you don't like it for any reason, return it back, we'll give you money back. I won't give you everything, but you can see where I'm going here. So I've gone tick, 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 and I'm trying to get as many yeses as possible, right? Even if as I scroll through the page, I'm like bestseller could be on the image, bright in your face, da da da. You go, oh great, I see it instantly. So you see where I'm going with from a conversion perspective, and then all of these things will help this page crush it way better, right? And then you apply all of those the same methodology across every page on the website. So example, I know and we do it varied. Like every brand is slightly different. Like a luxury high-end brand that we work with that do like 10 million bucks a year worth of like, I don't know, call it watches, right? What they have on their website versus what a toy brand versus what a dog treat brand versus what a supplement brand versus what a golfwear brand, they're all slightly different, but foundationally they're all kind of got very similar stuff. And we do it because it works, right? So I'm just going to jump over here for a second and I'll show you an example. So even simple things, right? See how they got a short description? Like you can go away from this call, and I like to make these calls as super impactful, and I want you to go away and go, I can do some of this stuff by tomorrow. I'll do this before Paul sells me something, So, but come along and you go, I'm going to add that in. So where's your site? It's over. No, where is it? I've lost my tab now. Over here. Add a short description in. Add reviews in. Add in the information down here about the shipping. Add some trust icons. Turn on the shop pay button. All right. Blows my mind the amount of Shopify sites I see. I'm like, dude, where's your shop pay button? They go, oh, I had Karen. She was 95 years old. A couple of weeks ago, she got confused by shop pay, so I turned it off. I'm like, you've just killed your conversion rate by about 900%. Like, please turn it back on. But you can see where I'm going with this, right? This is making sense.
Mhm.
Do you
Yeah.
want to add anything to the homepage, Chris? I'll try and knock up some stuff quickly too. But any ideas what you would put in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of you're kind of saying it, but not many people are going to read through all three sliders and kind of put the picture together for themselves. So I like to have like sliders are great if you've got promos and other things, but ultimately we really want to go like, here's the one thing that we want to be known for, and it's really clear and it says, this is what we do, this is why it's different, this is who it's for. And it's really it's exciting, it's compelling, but it also has really good keyword optimization inside it. So it's kind of this art and science of we want that H1 to rank really well for search. So finding that keyword that's going to be great for you, and kids' clothes might be super broad, but yeah, premium European kids' clothes, like that could be the thing, right? And you kind of go for that longer tail because you know you can rank for it. And if it's, let's say it's premium European kids' clothes, now I've got an expectation, and the word European and premium, as Paul's saying, when the pants are 80 bucks, I go, yeah, it's premium European. Of course it's going to be. If it wasn't 80 bucks, it would feel wrong. Versus this is a Kmart store and I'm expecting kids' clothes and it's 80 bucks. I'm like, holy crap, that's expensive. So getting that positioning really clear and really clear in the audience's mind as well. So when they see prices and they see clothes, they're pre-sold on what the expectation is. So just bundle all that up into about 5 words and you're good to go. So
Yeah.
and that's what we do. We go through a really detailed process to get really clear on who is that ultimate buyer as well. So who's the person, whether it's Paul or somebody like Paul, or whether it's a mum, are they really time poor? Are they busy? Are they professionals? Have they got heaps of time and they're at home and they've got a bit of time to search and they're looking for quality? And so who are they? Because that's all going to play into how we position as well. And then when we know them, we want to speak directly to them and talk about their pain points. So all of this stuff needs to kind of go into the trust icons. So where Paul's saying 45,000 ordered, the flat rate shipping, that stuff's great, but that's probably better on your product page. Whereas here it's like, what are some things we can say to this ideal buyer where they're like, wow, you're inside my head. Like you're solving my problems and I haven't even, like, you don't even know me, but you know me. I trust that you know me because you're saying things back to me that I only ever say to myself.
Give me a couple. You give me one sentence if you can of like what you'd say to me if I go, what kind of business do you run, mate? What kind of products do you sell, Dan? And you can use 10 words because I want to nail something for you here because it's not gonna be easy doing it here, but I want to show you how it works. So try and articulate that to me.
Yeah, sure. So we sell really high quality, ethically made, bright and unique clothes for kids.
Right, and unique clothes for kids. Okay. Is there a well, I mean, there's obviously the retro component of this, right?
Yeah, so I think that's where the style, like the uniqueness comes back into it. So A, being actually made well is partly the retro thing. So they're made to maybe old school standards, but they're they often have a retro styling. So you can see that rainbow t-shirt there in the middle it's more of an 80s feel than a 2000s feel. So a lot of them do have that kind of retro inspired vibe.
Yeah, so I've got a few sentences, like vibrant vintage style clothes for kids, stitched with care, made to last. It's not perfect. I give myself like a 3 out of 10. Retro inspired kids clothes, ethically made for play, comfort, and charm. So they're not great. And again, I preface this by saying that's why it takes so long to do properly. However, as you read that, you're like, oh yeah, a parent like me would go retro inspired kids clothes. They go, I had a good time in the 80s and the 90s,
Mm,
and I want to feel that for my kids, in a clothing perspective. And then I go, it's ethically made for play, comfort, and charm. Who doesn't want their kids to be more charming? Or who doesn't want their kids to be more stylish, And who doesn't want the products to last? Because happy kids, that kind of thing, it's a bit vague. Natural baby clothes, it's a bit vague. You're trying to just get words in there that also have search volume, like Chris said, where you read it and you go, tick, 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 eye-catching, skin-friendly, skin kind fashion for kids. There seems like there's a lot of wording on your website about it's being good for your skin. So that's why I'm using something on my other computer to help me write stuff around that. Um,
yeah.
so it seems like we need to go deeper into that. And as I'm talking about it, I'm like, yeah, the crap from Shine is probably polyester and it's probably bad and it probably is really bad for their skin, right? Whereas maybe Dan stuff is good. So I go from a H1 perspective, let's open up the conversation with like 6 words, and then we're going to have a H2, which goes a bit deeper. And then we go a bit deeper again and we go way deeper. So
Hmm.
for the purpose being, people go, yes, 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 I'm ready to buy. Does that make sense for everybody on the call, what we're trying to do here? I know it's hard because I'm doing it live, and it is quite different for other brands.
Kind of like a
So,
couple ideas that I've thrown in there. So, retro kids clothes made like they used to be. I think that made like they used to be is a pretty compelling idea. Because for the type of buyers, I'm sick of all this crap that just for that buyer that made like it used to be, that could be a real compelling thing.
Yeah.
That
And I
kind
think
of phrasing.
knowing the historical clients that the previous owner had, I think that is part of what drove them to this business.
Okay. Yeah.
got it. Okay. All right. So I think so that's hopefully shown like, what you need to do from a homepage
Mhm.
perspective. I will say there's a lot of other things going kind of wrong here. Like there's not reviews. You've got the flow in the wrong order of it, like shop by style, age, testimonials. It's kind of stuff's in the wrong order at the moment as well. So putting
Mhm.
it in the right order will make a big difference. Like you can't actually, it's hard to order a product here. You got to go select in options. It's going to take you to the product page. Yeah, there's a lot, like you got so much dead space that we could be doing so much in here as
Mhm.
well, just to kind of fill it out a little bit more, right? Um, what actually happens here when you go to the cart? So if I go to the cart, I go, great. You may also like, yeah, that's good. You've got some upsells and downsells. You don't have like a continue shopping button. So what's going to happen? Half your audience, and I know most people in there go, you can click the X button, but most people won't know how to get out of this. So they'll frustratingly close that. And this is a conversion thing that I've tested on heaps of sites, but they'll just leave because they go, I want to do more stuff and I can't get out of here to come back and do stuff. So there's just little things causing issues. You could probably also have more upsells and downsells, and you should also have an announcement bar in your checkout that reminds them about how much shipping is. So, you know, your order is $24, you're $60 away from free shipping, for example. So again, won't give the whole, toolkit away, but I'm like, all these little steps where people go, I'm confused about something, I'm confused about something else, I'm confused about something else. This bloody thing's in the way.
I can't click on the next arrow because the box is over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, should I go, hang on, why have they messaged me for? And I'll be, oh, hi, how you going? I haven't got an order. All these little things, people leave. All right. So does that make sense so far? Do we want to do
Absolutely.
this for anyone else? Chris or Chris? we've done 2, or do you want to jump onto the next bit? I know we're at 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
Probably
let's get through it.
If anyone wants to just link their website that's like desperate to get one in, I reckon we could fit one.
Okay.
Up to you guys.
What's this one? Let's have a look. Like, I'm happy to do this all day. Is this the site?
Nook.
Beautiful created decor for every home.
Oh, your favorite word, Paul.
Yeah.
There's no-
It's not published. I'm not sure what's happened, but
Oh, that's okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm
That's what
expecting to
we've got.
see beautifully created decor for every home. So we'll come back to this one. Anyone else?
Okay, so-
No worries. All good. Who else do we have? If not, we'll continue on, Chris. Go to that. Go to the next bit. I'll stop sharing.
Did you want to do a fast path plan for someone?
Oh, yes. Let's do that. Hang on. Bring my tablet into here. So
Do a collective fast path plan because pretty much everyone had the same.
I will. Let's do it for Reggie. Hopefully I can find my pen. Last week I did this and my kids decided to steal the pen. They couldn't find it.
No worries,
share
Dave. Like
screen.
cool products. Well, Paul said, cool products, good brand, lots of it's just fine tuning this stuff and showing people that they're in the right place is a big part of it.
All right. So you have to forgive me if I start coughing because I talk for like 9 hours a day. So I run out of vocal cords or something. So here's for Reggie. Let's get a color.
Bright
We'll do
pink.
this. Bright pink for Reggie. We don't have
It
this
feels
color.
like a Reggie color or something bold.
So as you can see, everyone understands how a year works. I would imagine there's 360 and a bit days for the year over here, but don't get overwhelmed. Start with the first 90 days, right? So the next couple of months. Honestly, you can do the stuff that I'm going to tell you in about half that time, but for those people that want a bit more time, here's what I would do. First, Reggie needs to fix her brand strategy. I say she needs to fix her brand strategy because she doesn't have one at the moment. There's no words on the homepage in any of the order at all, right? So fix that. Second thing, fix the conversion rate of her website. If you guys want to feel fancy when you talk about conversion rate in the future, type CVR and everyone will go, oh, they're really clever. They know what CVR means. So fix those 2 things. You want to have a website that is actually built to convert: homepage, product page, collection page, cart page, thank you page. There's a whole bunch of things that should go on there that are needed in order for it to work properly. If you don't have it, don't worry about all the other stuff. Fix that, fix this. Next thing for Reggie would be just go run run meta ads to this thing. So here's what you do. You go to all Chris's brand calls. So Chris does a live brand call every Thursday inside of our e-commerce circle, and he helps people fix their brand, right? This is what the e-commerce circle is about. If you can't go to the call, watch the recording and you get all the juicy stuff. But he'll help you come up with a brilliant brand strategy that you get to use in all of your marketing. So at some point in time, I'm going to say, hey, go do meta ads. And then I'm going to say, hey, go do Google ads, right? And then I'm going to say, go do email. And then I'm going to say, go do SEO, right? You don't have to do this all within the next 180 days. You could do them over here. I don't mind when you do it. But you take the messages, the stuff that you learn inside of your brand message, and you put it into all of this stuff. So if you go do an ad and you run an ad on Meta and it's a video, or maybe it's just text, and I would highly encourage you, Reggie, to get in front of a camera and like just be yourself on camera. But you want to say the stuff that you've learned how to say in your brand strategy. You'll be like, hey, it's Reggie here, and here's the hook. And everyone probably knows what a hook is. Like, you hook them, you grab their attention. And then you start saying all the yes things that are also on your website. And because when you do that, you'll be like, great. I spend $1,000 on ads and I get 10 grand back. Right? I send all these people to my website, converts at 4%. Happy days, I'm rich. Now I'll go spend 2 grand, I get 20 grand and 20 grand back. Now I spend 3 grand, I get 30 grand back. And now I'm no longer a nurse. I'm an e-commerce mogul. Right? So, but you have to fix these things before you fix that, because it's the same when you go do email marketing. You want to take your brand communication playbook, which Chris will help you do, and give it to your email people and give it to your SEO people and go, if you write a blog for our business, say these things. If you send an email about our business, say these things. Don't just go do whatever the hell you want to do. Don't say whatever you want to say. You need to say what we say in our playbook, because what happens is people see that in the email, in the blog, wherever it is, on the back of the ambulance, and when they go to the website, there's congruency. I've seen it there, I've seen it here, I'm going to buy, right? But if you're saying something over there different and something in email different and something over here different, all what's happened in your business, you're going around like this, you know, and you're like, oh, we make so much money here now. And I try to invest money in email, but my email guy's crap. But my meta ads guy's good. You want everyone to be good, right? And that all starts with this. And this applies to you, applies to Dan, applies to every single person on the call. And this is just the start, right? So these are, you know, things that are easy to fix for us. And then once you get going, this is again why people join the e-commerce circle and they stay with us for years, because as you go, you just, you know, you start out building and start out growing them, but over time we completely transform how they all work. So they're better and better and better and better. And you go, hey, inside of 12 months from now, you go, my business that was doing 10 grand a month is now doing 100. Because you haven't just like, you're not where you started, you've completely transformed what you're doing, right? Makes sense? All right.
Yes,
Is Dan still here?
100%.
Yeah. So, and I wouldn't encourage you to go do any more over the next like 90 days. Other than that, you've got a great product. Dan's got a great product. You both have website problems. You both have conversion rate problems. You both have meta ads problems. You probably all got Google ads problems, right? We fixed the first 4. Away we go. Done. Easy. All right. I can stop sharing my screen now. Chris, we jump on to the next bit if you want.
Yep.
Back to you, sir, the man with the golden mustache.
Okay.
Let's just try to find his slides. There you go. We've done that one.
Just done the fast path plan as promised. So you now know what you need to do. And when you start to do these things, you'll start to build businesses that maybe will stick your testimonial up here, right? This is the same plan that all of our clients go through. It's the same pathway that has helped our clients generate all of these amazing results. So hopefully this has been helpful so far. Can we get a hands up, a hell yeah, that was amazing, or a nah, it wasn't really for me in the comments. Hopefully you can see the gaps in your own business. You can see how you can apply these same principles to start to get more sales, make more orders in your business, improve your conversion rate, connect better with customers, get more control of your business. And you can see how you can start to plan that growth over the next 90, 180, 360 days. We're now at a crossroads. You have 2 choices. You can go with unhappy Paul or happy Paul, right? Let's have a look at the choice of going with orange unhappy Paul. This is, you choose to go it alone. You go back to YouTube, you figure it out yourself. You spend the next year doing the same stuff. And 12 months, you come back here and you're like, I'm in the same place I was. Or you choose the happy path, the proven path, and you follow the more orders model. You follow a proven tactical pathway that hundreds of e-com businesses have used to grow their businesses. You get in the right orbit of the right people. You surround yourself with people on the same path as you. You speak to people that have done this for 25 years, and you will start to get these results. Same results we get every day inside the circle. Your fastest pathway, as I said up front, the best way for you to get start working for us is inside of our Connect program. This is a private community that we host inside of Slack. There's currently about 200 founders in there, plus 20 expert coaches. You get full access to channels on Crow, on packaging, on meta ads, on brand, on software, on Shopify theme, everything you could possibly need to run your business. You also get daily live calls with our coaching expert coaches. I said, these are the guys that are in the trenches running e-com businesses, whether that's meta ads, SEO, Google, email. They're running accounts every single day inside of e-commerce businesses. And at the moment, we've got about 10 calls a week. It's an ever-growing cocktail list of calls that cover Crow, Meta, email, Google, strategy, operations, everything you need to run your business. So you go in Slack and you ask your questions. You jump on a call and you speak to an expert and you get your questions answered in real time. You also get access to our essential training vault, which we host over on Kajabi. These are our best online training, our most valuable, our best selling, most popular. You get Paul's conversion rate blueprint, which will take you through the 300-400 things you need to change on your website in checklist format. you'll get my brand communication playbook. These are the two things that are going to help you improve your conversion rate and boost your brand. The two things we recommended up front everyone needs to do. You'll also get Lockie's wonderful meta ads ecom accelerator introduction in how to get your meta ads accounts set up to run ads better. And when you do all of this, you'll start to get the same proven results, right? You'll at least be on that path to growing your business in the same way because you're using the same principles that we've applied across all of our clients. And this is worth about $400,000, but it won't be that much. You also get to connect with all of these subject matter experts. As I said, we've got meta ads creative coaches, brand strategy, meta ads, marketing, ad creative, SEO, email, branding. All of these people are in the trenches daily working inside of e-commerce businesses. Connect is for everybody on this call, right? People that are coachable, people that sell really good products, like the few sites we've looked at today, but you just don't know what that next piece is, right? We also work with lots of family-friendly businesses. If your dogs and your kids and your chaos is in the background, that's okay. That's every single call that we have, right? Bring the kids, bring the family. We understand that you have a business and you have a life, and they kind of go together a lot of the time. We like to work with people that show up, ask good questions, contribute, do the work. And we like people that want to grow, people that want to make money, but they just need the right support. So what's this all going to cost you? It's going to be the incredibly low value of a monthly investment of $97. I need to do the calculations, but it's probably what, a coffee a day. It's a couple of coffees a week. It's not a lot of money. The reason that we've made it this cheap is so we can get as many people as possible out of the free groups, out of the free guru advice off YouTube, into the orbit of people that are doing this, people that are growing businesses. So you can get the right advice for your business. For the $97 a month, you get everything we just mentioned. The live coaching calls, there's 10 calls a week, all recorded, so you can follow up at any time. You get access to the private Slack community. You get the Essential Training Vault. You get daily access to 20 plus coaches inside of the Slack community and on the coaching calls. And you get access to start to generate these proven results. Chris or Paul are going to drop a link to the Connect program in the chat. That's where to go. I believe it's in there already. Jump in there and we'll get you inside of Connect. We'll get you set up in Slack.
Couple of questions. I'll just stop you for a second. So Reggie's like, what's the Insightful link? So just for context, I own a company called insightful.com.au and we make Shopify sites, right? For all brands, just like you guys. We do about 100 sites a year. And then I obviously also own the e-commerce circle. So that link there is just a redirection. So you sign up via that link and it gets you added to the e-commerce circle. So they all go to the same place, but just so you know, just bookmark that link for those of you that have got to run. You can do this later, all good, but back to you, Chris.
Yeah, no worries. So for everyone that jumps into the Connect program tonight, we will also make sure that one of our team members jumps on and gives you a one-to-one fast path plan, the same thing we did for Reggie and Dan here tonight. You get that one-to-one call with our team once you're inside of Connect. We'll connect with you there, and we'll map out that 90, 180-day plan, next best steps for anyone that jumps on board tonight. As you said, $97 couldn't be easier. Best investment of $100 you'll ever make in the life of your business. And hey, it's almost June 30, so you need to spend some money, and we could make it more expensive if it's going to be a better tax write-off for you. We can have that discussion once you're in, but at least you can claim $97.
Yeah, there you go. Look, so a couple of things to add to this. I mean, well, before we get to this, right? So basically the way Connect works is you join the community, we get you up and running, you start going to all the calls, you have a great time. You go, really good people, I've made some friends in here, I know what I need to do. When you're in the community as well, we obviously have people who run meta ads for people, Google ads, SEO, all that kind of stuff. So when you're ready, this is no hard sale or no push here. Like if you come back in 2 months and you're like, I'm confident now that my website's fixed and my brand message is fixed, I'd like to do meta ads. You go, great, here's Lockie from our team. He can run meta ads for you. This is what it's going to cost. You go, yeah, cool, let's do it. Or you just keep going to Lockie's calls and you learn how to do it yourself. You go to the Google ads calls, you learn how to do it yourself. You go to the SEO calls. So the whole point of this is like exactly like Chris said, we want to make this as easy, as cheap as possible. largely I'm doing this because I want to get people out of all the other communities out there that charge you a lot of money and don't teach you bloody anything. So you go, come over to us, learn the good stuff, and at your pace, when you're ready, do the next thing. Some people will come along and go, can you just make me my website now? And go, yeah, we can build the whole thing for you. This is what it might cost. Or you can buy our converter kit, and and we can talk about that another time and go, hey, this is how that works. So everything is very, here's the next step, here's the next step, here's the next step that is right for you at the right time, and also when you can afford it. Right. So don't want anyone joining in and going, hey, you've joined for $97 and now tomorrow, let's buy these other 47 things. Just none of that stuff's going on. Right. So at your pace, when you're ready, at your time. Makes sense,
summary.
Chris?
Reggie's in, I think Maddie's in.
I don't see any
Ladies will
sign-ups yet.
get
I'm
you guys
I'm
connected.
watching. Absolutely, Joe. Yeah, it is. So best thing that I say to people like yourself is, again, there's so many ways that we can help you. The number one thing that you want to do is you go to what you join and just sit in the background of calls and see what people say, right? So give that a week or two, right? And then you're like, Paul, and then you can message us in the channel. You go, here's what I'm thinking about selling, and I'll be the first to tell you. I go, that's a genius idea, or that's crap. And you go, great. What should I sell instead? Sell this instead. You go, great. Then we go, I need a website. You go, awesome. So your options are going to be, do it on your own, or you can come along and buy our converter kit. You can do that. Or if you want faster help, you go, guys, can you just build it for me? That's what we do. So absolutely, this is for anyone to jump in and, again, sit in the background, learn. And it's the best way to, in my opinion, to learn anyway. Like, you want to put yourself in proximity to people that are crushing it, and then not so that you can walk away and you go, oh, geez, I'm pathetic compared to those guys. Like, these guys have been at it for years, right? But you want to be like, that's great. Like, that's just a normal dude, normal mum, whatever. She's crushing it. I see how she got there. I can do that. Right. So again, this community welcomes everybody. There's no judgment. No one thinks anyone's silly. None of that kind of stuff. We're all like cheering you on, telling you what to do next.
100%. So if that sounds like it's for you, we'd love to see you in there. So a few of you are inside already. We'll look forward to getting you all started and starting to see you on the calls. But yeah, Joe, I mean, we've had people starting from zero, people who've just bought businesses. There's no better place to ask the right questions than in a community full of people that are doing this stuff every day.
Alrighty, cool. So I guess we can.
We'll
I don't have
wrap
anything.
There.
Yeah, we'll wrap it. Oh, we do have this. We're going to put a link into the chat. Chris Velato or Chris M will drop it in. So if you have enjoyed tonight's session, all that we ask is just like, go click this link, give us a review. If you loved it, tell us you loved it, because we want to put it on the workshop page that you guys signed up for. If you hated it, maybe don't, I'll cry. But if you want to say nice things, say nice things. That'd be great. And thank you so much for hanging out, spending time with us. Look forward to seeing you all in the circle, and even feel free to come to the next one if you want as well. And bring your
One
friends.
second, Paul, quickly,
Oh.
just because we've had a few people who have mentioned that they're interested in just having us build their website for them, which is awesome too. Obviously, we do that. That requires just a little bit more of a let's connect and chat about the project quickly. So for those who are interested in just having us build the website, I know I've seen a few. I'm just going to drop a link now to book a time to chat with us. Right there. So just go ahead, book any time that works for you, and it's again just a time for me to learn more about your business and then let you know how the process works, and we go from there.
Amazing. Cool. All right.
Fantastic.
Thanks, guys. Take care. See yous.